Imagine a hypothetical scenario, a full-blown war between Iran and Israel. What might the outcome look like? As tensions rise and the drumbeats of conflict echo across West Asia, the question becomes impossible to ignore. Israel and Iran, two powers with vastly different capabilities, find themselves at the center of an escalating crisis. Israel, one of West Asia's most formidable militaries, and Iran, one of the largest. But who holds the upper hand? What kind of firepower do they have, and who stands a better chance of coming out on top? It's a question of military might, population, and GDP. It's a question of war. Stay tuned as we delve into the military strength, population, and GDP of both nations to try and answer this question. First, let's consider the raw numbers, the size of the military and the population of each country. Iran, with its population of about 89 million, significantly overshadows Israel's population of roughly 10 million. This size difference extends to their military forces as well. Iran's armed forces are among the largest in West Asia, boasting around 580,000 active duty personnel, along with 200,000 trained reserve personnel. Israel, on the other hand, has a military force of about 170,000 active personnel, complemented by a reserve force of 465,000. But the military comparison doesn't stop there. Iran has a larger navy, more tanks, and armored vehicles at its disposal. It also has greater access to fuel resources, which can be a significant advantage in prolonged military engagements. At this point, you might be thinking, well, it seems like Iran has the clear upper hand, and based on these numbers alone, you might be right. But as we all know, numbers don't always tell the whole story. Yes, Iran's military is larger, but size isn't everything. There are other factors to consider when comparing military strength. One such factor is the quality of the military forces. The training, discipline, and morale of the troops can greatly affect the outcome of a conflict. Technological advancement and the sophistication of military equipment also play a crucial role. So, while Iran may have a larger military in terms of raw numbers, the question remains, does quantity necessarily mean quality? Now let's look at the GDP and military budgets of both nations. This is where the story gets interesting. Iran has a GDP of $413 billion, while Israel's GDP stands at $539 billion. This difference in economic power is significant, especially when it comes to military capabilities. Let's delve into the military budgets. Reportedly, Iran's military budget is around $10 billion. In contrast, Israel has a military budget of $24.4 billion. That's almost 2.5 times higher than Iran's. This substantial difference in military spending has a direct impact on the type of equipment, the level of technology, and the training that these two nations can afford for their military. Naturally, a higher budget allows for more advanced weaponry and better training, but it's not just about the money. It's about how that money is spent. Israel, for instance, has leveraged its budget to invest in superior technology and advanced military equipment. This focus on quality over quantity has enabled Israel to maintain a technological edge over Iran. But it's not all about equipment, training, strategy, and the ability to adapt and innovate in the face of challenges are all crucial elements of military capability. And these are areas where Israel, with its higher GDP and military budget, has been able to excel. So, while Iran might have the numbers, Israel has the technological advantage. But how does this play out in a potential conflict? With all these factors in mind, let's summarize our findings. Iran, with a population nearly 9 times that of Israel, boasts one of the largest militaries in West Asia. It has more than thrice the active personnel of Israel and a larger navy. However, raw numbers only tell part of the story. When we consider qualitative factors like training and technology, Israel takes the lead. Despite being outnumbered, Israel's military is technologically superior, thanks to a higher GDP and a larger military budget. This financial advantage allows Israel to invest in advanced weaponry and superior force readiness. Furthermore, the annual military assistance Israel receives from the United States has significantly bolstered its military capabilities. This support has enabled Israel to maintain one of the most powerful militaries in West Asia, despite its smaller size. In terms of air power, Israel outpaces Iran with a larger and more modern air force. While Iran's arsenal is aging, Israel's includes some of the most advanced aircraft in the world. In the end, while Iran has the numbers, Israel's technological and economic advantages might give it the upper hand in a potential conflict.